Alright, good afternoon. So I'm in Chama. I'm just heading to the laundromat right now. Basically, last night when I got in, I was here pretty late. It was like 9 p.m. or something by the time I was really in town. And so I ended up just staying at a motel or hotel. Originally I was going to stay at an RV park, but I realized it was like another half an hour walk to get there. Would have been getting there at like 9:30. So I just stayed at a hotel, and it was actually pretty nice to stay there. And could use the Wi-Fi to upload some videos and stuff like that. Feeling well rested, all like ready to go. Got my resupply for the next stretch in Colorado. Today I'm only planning to walk about 12 miles or 13 miles to get to Cumbres Pass. So I'll just be walking on the road until I reach the trail, and then when I reach the trail I'm going to try and find somewhere to camp. But yeah, it's already like 3:30 now, and I'm actually heading to the laundromat. I want to do laundry, and I especially want to put my quilt or sleeping bag in the dryer to fluffen it up a bit, because I'm definitely a bit worried that it's going to be kind of cold in Colorado and camping at high elevations, and my sleeping bag or quilt really has been like, the down is kind of clumping in certain areas, so I really need to like fluffen it up by putting it in the dryer at low heat for a bit. So I'm going to do that, and then also going to wash my clothes. So it's probably not going to be like an hour until I actually leave town. So I'll be leaving like 4:30. So I'm not really expecting to get to Cumbres Pass until like 8:30, maybe closer to 9 o'clock. So it'll just be getting dark at that point. But should be all right. I'll get off the road and find somewhere to camp. And I'll be on the road while it's still light. I'll be just getting there as it gets dark. So it should be fine. But yeah, a little bit of a late start to the day, but I had some stuff to do, especially just like editing and uploading videos and stuff. So I'm walking on this road from Chama up to Colorado and to Cumbres Pass, which is where I can rejoin the CDT trail. But I've realized that actually there's a railway line right next to the highway the whole way. Like, it stays close to the road the whole time. It's just down below near the river. And I could definitely just walk on that the whole way. It's not in use, I'm pretty sure. It's basically a tourist attraction, which is kind of what Chama is, I guess, known for, is having this like old railway, which I guess probably used to be for logging or mining or something like that. But I don't think the tourist attraction is like running yet. I think it probably starts up pretty soon, but it's like a summer thing. And even if it is running now, I think it's probably like some slow, like, I don't know, steam engine or something like that, like some really slow train. And I don't think it'd be going at this time of day anyway, but I'm pretty sure it's not even up and running yet. So I probably could just walk the train tracks the whole way to Cumbres Pass, and there wouldn't be any issues with trains or anything. So man, I'm really tempted to do it. I just don't really want to get in trouble. I kind of just want to get to Colorado. But I am very tempted. I mean, it's just right next to the road. I feel like I could just walk on it. There's barely any traffic on this road, so it's actually kind of a nice road walk. There's a massive wide shoulder, and yeah, there's like almost no traffic. So I don't really mind walking on this road, but it would be nice and scenic, just like walking along the train tracks. And it's down a little bit lower from the highway, so you wouldn't hear the cars as much. It would just be more peaceful and more like in the forest kind of. But yeah, I don't really want to get in trouble. I don't want I don't know, but I feel like I wouldn't get in trouble. It's also, I've walked on train tracks before, and it's quite annoying actually. I find that like usually, so it's like wooden things going along, wooden like panels sort of, and usually they're spaced in a really like just slightly off of what my gait is, like what my pace kind of is. So you end up either having to do like really short steps or like really big steps. Otherwise you end up like stepping in between them, and it's all uneven and stuff. it sounds like not much, but like it is so much easier just to walk on flat ground than it is on those like wooden planks which are just spaced weirdly. So that's kind of the only thing preventing me from going down there, is that I know it would be a little bit annoying to walk on and definitely a bit slower than walking alongside the highway, but it's very tempting. Oh, and the one other reason that I kind of want to be on the road is that I want to be on the road when I actually cross the state line, because I assume there'll be a sign which says welcome to Colorado or entering Colorado or something. And I do kind of want to see that sign, because otherwise I'm just going to like kind of walk into Colorado and there won't even be anything to like recognize the fact that I'm crossing the state line. And you know, I've walked the entire state of New Mexico, so it would be nice just to see that little sign, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. This is it. I'm heading into Colorado and have actually walked the entire state of New Mexico, from Mexico to Colorado all the way, you know. It's pretty cool. It's a good feeling. It's definitely like, I don't know, motivating me, making it easier to just do this road walk. It's not feeling bored at all, just kind of feeling like excited to reach Colorado and also excited to reach the trail again. And things are going to be way different in Colorado. It's going to be a big change. I'm going to be in big mountains. There's going to be snow to deal with. Like I said before, I'm not bringing an ice axe or micro spikes. Almost everyone is, but I have contacted some people ahead who did not bring ice axe and micro spikes, and they've been fine. They said it is definitely more dangerous not to bring them, but if you're confident, you're agile, and you're careful and cautious, then I feel like I'm going to be all right without them. I was definitely a little bit concerned for a bit and thinking maybe I should have got them, but now that I've actually heard from quite a few different people, I think, well, like 3 different people that have gone through without them, I'm pretty confident I'll be fine. But anyway, it's just like new stuff going on, new adventures. Colorado's gonna be pretty cool. I've also actually never been to Colorado before, so I'm quite excited to see what the mountains are like. Also really excited to summit some 14ers. A 14er is just a mountain where the peak is more than 14,000 feet high, 14,000 feet above sea level. So I'm definitely going to bag some 14ers, as many as I can, like conveniently, which are close to the trail. I'm pretty sure I can do at least 5. But yeah, look how easy it would be to go down to the train tracks right there. Literally just right next to the road. So I don't know, I'm very tempted. Also, as I'm leaving New Mexico now, I should say, I've really enjoyed my time in New Mexico. I've never been to New Mexico before, and it's been really cool. Parts of it were similar to Arizona as well, which I really enjoyed. And yeah, I really like the desert hiking. I really enjoyed that first stretch where it was like really legit, just like barren desert. I thought it was really cool. And there's been a lot of cool like rock formations, cliffs, a lot of like cool like washes and canyons, and yeah, lots of cool cacti and loads of lizards and snakes, rattlesnakes. The Gila River was obviously really cool. Seen bears, I've seen elk. There were actually a lot of animals that I saw which I wasn't able to pick up on camera, especially like elk. I would see a lot of elk quite far away and they'd just be too small to really pick up on the camera, or if they were close they would run off. But I saw a lot of elk, saw a lot of deer, saw pronghorn, saw coyotes, one of them like really up close, and I don't think I saw any wolves, but a few people said they saw Mexican gray wolves in close proximity where I was, and didn't see any cougars or mountain lions. It's pretty rare to see them, but I did see a lot of prints, like for sure saw cougar or mountain lion like footprints in the dirt, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know, there's been lots of really cool wildlife out here. There have been lots of cool birds, big like birds of prey. I think mostly probably turkey vultures, but also, I don't know, maybe I saw a bald eagle at one point actually at Snow Lake after the Gila River, and I was kind of surprised to see a bald eagle down here. And there were probably some other kinds of eagles or hawks and that kind of stuff. Definitely lots of birds of prey. Saw some hummingbirds and I don't know, it's been really cool in New Mexico. And it's definitely a shame that I missed out on the parts where like the national forest was closed, because I'm sure summiting Mount Taylor would have been really cool. And also Santa Fe National Forest and Carson National Forest both would have been really nice. I think would have been really cool. But it's too bad. Maybe sometime I'll come back and do that section of trail. I don't know, maybe not. It's hard to say, but it does seem like northern New Mexico is like, you know, some of the best hiking in New Mexico. So it's a shame that I had to walk on roads, but I've still enjoyed my time out here. And I've met a lot of nice, friendly people out here in New Mexico, and also a lot of like really kind of old school cowboy, like, you know, old like Wild West type people, which has been pretty cool as well. But yeah, a lot of CDT hikers say that they don't care much for New Mexico, and they're kind of just waiting to get through it. Like they just view it as like a grind, like it's just part of the through hike that they have to just like grind out. But I've actually made sure to really enjoy my time here and to be grateful to be hiking in New Mexico. You know, I've definitely met some people that really liked New Mexico, but most people, I don't know, yeah, I think most people have been, especially people that have hiked trails like the PCT, where it's kind of beautiful the whole way, like crazy views the whole way. But I've still really appreciated the landscape that you kind of go through in New Mexico. I was also really kind of happy, or like kind of proud of myself for the way that I handled the heat as well. I think I did really well with like the really hot temperatures, the really long water carries, the long dry stretches, because I heard a lot of stories. Now that I've talked to a lot of different hikers, like everyone knows someone who had to get rescued at some point due to like heat exhaustion or like severe dehydration, that kind of stuff. There was a lot of that, especially right at the beginning of the trail. So I was really happy that, you know, I was very cautious about that and very aware that that was a real danger. And I'm just happy that also just my body like handled the heat pretty well. And yeah, I don't know, that was definitely a fear of mine going on the CDT, was the heat in New Mexico, especially with the start date. The start date that I had, like going in like May 10th, is pretty late to be hiking in New Mexico. But yeah, pretty happy with how I handled that. And now that I'm entering Colorado, it's going to be more dealing with cold temperatures at the high elevations and yeah, at night and stuff. So that's a new challenge. So I have actually seen quite a few no trespassing, private property signs by the side of the road down where like the railway line is. So apparently it's some ranch land or something, and there are even some signs which say like posted and patrolled. So I doubt it's actually patrolled, but yeah, obviously I'm not going to trespass. I'm not going to go down there. There's a lot of signs, so they clearly don't want people going on their property, so I'm not going to. And it's become a lot more open now as well, like not as much tree coverage, so people driving by would see me as well. But anyway, it's like less than 4 miles until I actually reach Colorado now, so really excited for that. It's pretty cool. And also I should mention, you know, the experience of the CDT, which I've shown you through these videos, is not a typical CDT through hike experience of New Mexico. Obviously, you know, doing all the rerouting that I did, I definitely missed some really nice parts of the trail which were closed. So, you know, if you're thinking of doing the CDT or you're curious what it's like, it's definitely not like this, at least after grants. You know, it's not like this. Normally you can hike through the national forest and you can go up high in the mountains and stuff, and so it's definitely normally a different experience for that section, but oh well. And also I should mention that the CDTC, which is the Continental Divide Trail Coalition, defines a CDT through hike, I believe, as like a continuous footpath from Mexico to Canada or vice versa, within 50 miles of the Continental Divide or something like that, or like within the Continental Divide corridor. But I think it's like a 50 thing either side of the Continental Divide. And I've definitely stayed within that, I'm pretty sure, because I was actually pretty close to the trail even when I've been walking on these roads. So what I'm doing still counts as like a CDT through hike. It's still recognized by the CDTC as a CDT through hike. So yeah, anyway, I figured I'd just mention that. Alright, fair warning, look away if you don't want to see a dead animal. This is going to be gruesome. Also, this road walk from Chama to Cumbres Pass has about 2,000 feet of elevation gain. Nothing crazy, but Chama is at like 8,000 feet and Cumbres Pass is at like 10,000 feet. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be the highest point that I've been to so far on this trail. You know, I think prior to this, the highest point I was at was 9,700 feet on top of Mangus Mountain, which was just before Pie Town. But yeah, this is going to bring me to just under 10,000 feet when I get to Cumbres Pass, pretty sure. So I think that's the highest point so far. If I had been on the trail, I would have gone up Mount Taylor, which would have been above 11,000 feet. But yeah, anyway, just walking on roads, so yeah. You are leaving New Mexico. Hasta la vista. And of course, there's a bunch of bullet holes in the sign. Of course, as there should be. Alright, it's time for Colorado. Welcome to colorful Colorado. Huh. Is it really that colorful? Guess we'll find out. Alright, so I actually decided to camp somewhere just off the side of the highway shortly after I entered Colorado. I figured I didn't want to walk in the dark on the road, so didn't make it all the way to Cumbres Pass, but I actually found a really good spot to camp. I went off the side of the highway and basically found like a deer trail or some kind of animal trail, followed that for a bit and then found some flat ground. So I'll show you where I'm camping tomorrow morning. It's also the first time that I'm actually being bothered by mosquitoes in camp. There's not a huge number of them, but yeah, there's definitely mosquitoes. But yeah, I'll show you where I camped tomorrow morning when it's actually light out. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow.